Have you ever wondered what separates those who thrive in challenges from those who don't? Well, it's almost all of the time one thing that is embracing a growth mindset. Good morning. My name is Jurgen Moors. I'm a strategic advisor, a consultant, and a coach. And welcome to this 30-day live stream about intrapreneurship. Today we are day 9, and day 9 means we are in the second week. And in the second week, we focus on what are the traits, what are the challenges, but most of all, what does a successful intrapreneur have as habits, have as traits, what makes him so successful in his or her journey. And today we focus completely on the growth mindset. Now, let me tell you what the growth mindset or the basic concept of the growth mindset is. It originally stems from research done by psychologist Carol Dweck. And I will now first start off with the definition, and then we will dive into a little bit of each of the aspects. And what is the definition? It says that a growth mindset is about your belief that the abilities you have, the intelligence you possess, that you can develop them and that you can improve them by your dedication, your hard work, and your learning. Now, let's look at the bigger topics in there, or the 6 big things that you can find in there. And the first of all is you have your belief in it, belief in development, meaning you believe in the fact that your intelligence, your talents, they are not fixed. You are not born with them and you cannot grow them anymore. No, you are convinced that with effort and persistence, you can change that. And let you give me an example from my personal life. I was born with a talent for explosiveness and sports where you could sprint. Like I would be really fast when I would sprint on a track or in a pool. I was really good at squash because I could sprint to the ball and then hit it back. Now, I was not so talented when I looked at, for instance, uh, endurance sports, but I was always especially attracted by triathlon. I was fascinated by triathletes. So in my 40s, I started triathlon and an endurance sport. And I believe that I could develop that. Otherwise, I would have never, ever started with that. Now, the second thing is embracing challenges, meaning you see challenges as an opportunity to learn. For me, starting with triathlon was an opportunity to learn something new. I had to change what I was used to know, and I knew I would meet many, many obstacles. So I would not be set back, or I would not be taken away from the fact that I would meet those obstacles. Resilience, meaning I knew a lot of those obstacles, it would not work for the very first time, that I would have to work really hard to get to a certain point in time, but to change my habits. And one of the things that I would give you as an example, we started with 20 people and we would also swim together. And once when we got into the pool and we had to dive in and we had to learn and swim 15, 25 to 50 meters, I was always first because of my explosiveness, way before the others. But as soon as we had to get to the 500-meter and the kilometer swims, I was last, somewhere way behind the others because I spent 90%, 95 of my energy in the first part. And yeah, with the 5% left, I really had to drag myself to this 500-meter or this 1 kilometer border. So I would have setbacks and failures every time, over and over, because you know that you can say to your mind from, okay, save your energy, but if that's what you've done all your life, then that is a mechanism every time you burn through it. So it takes a while to adjust and conserve that energy, so that you can use it throughout the 500 meters or the kilometer. And I also learned to value the effort. I knew that becoming a triathlete would not be something that started on day one and would be finished on day two. No, it would take me a while. To give you an example, is when I started off swimming, I would swim on 100 meters in a time about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. That was what I would reach every time. It took me about 4 to 5 years to shave that down to 1 minute 30 seconds, 35 seconds per 100 meters in the pool. And that was by a consistent effort because I had to adjust my technique. I had to adjust my skills to get to that point. And that meant The fifth aspect of the growth mindset is accepting criticism from my coach, for instance, from my teammates, because he would tell me, you're overcrossing your arm every time when you put it back into the water. It makes you slower. So I had to adjust that. And when you've been learned a certain technique, in my case for more than 40 years, I had to adjust it. It is not something that will change. So he had to give me this criticism a lot of times. After a couple of weeks, he would say, you're still doing it. And I was thinking in the pool, yeah, but I have to make it this way. I have to make it this way. But it is not the way that you change it. And after a while, it becomes actually also a way that you adjust your mechanism. And then you know that you have made it. And last thing was to learn from others, because some progressed faster. And it was not a threat, but you would stand next to the pool and look at them and say, "From, yeah, I see they do this effort with the arm and they are a lot more stable." Where if they filmed me with a smartphone and I would overstretch, I would be very wobbly, meaning I would use a lot more energy. And the second thing is I would be a lot slower. So I would also be inspired by others, because if they could learn it, it was something that I could learn as well. And that is a growth mindset. Now, what is the opposite? Of course, a fixed mindset. Now, if you look at what is a fixed mindset, then you believe that everything is set from the moment that you were born. Your abilities, your intelligence, everything is set, and you will not be able to change it. And that means, why would I even try? So you avoid challenges because you know chances are I will fail. And if you fail, that means I will have setbacks. And setbacks, they will look bad on me, my self-esteem, who I am. People will think I'm a failure. That's what you get with a fixed mindset. And then also people with a fixed mindset, they say, it doesn't matter to put in a day or in a week or a month, because you can't change it anyhow. So it doesn't matter if you don't have the talent, stay away from it. And they're very, very defensive on feedback. If you give them feedback, they take everything so personal, because they think that you're saying something about them, that their personality is threatened. Like if you have been taught, like in my case, the wrong technique in swimming by somebody when you were young, and somebody would have said something about that, and I would have a fixed mindset, I would have taken it like it's my fault, like it's my mistake. But it wasn't. It was something that somebody taught me, and I integrated into a mechanism that was for me. And they feel threatened by others. If somebody else gets threatened, then they think, yeah, they're more talented, or they get more money, or they have more money to buy more coaches and stuff like that. It's not the case. So don't be in this fixed mindset. Now, why this growth mindset so important for entrepreneurship? Because it does two things. It works on your personal life, and it benefits also in your professional life. But let's kick off with the personal life. It increases your resilience, because you approach your life from the fact that you will have setbacks, you will have hurdles and problems, and sometimes they are not of your own doing. We are living in a society where there are politicians, where there are other people, and sometimes these others are the cause. Maybe the company is firing you for whatever reason that has nothing to do with you, but that is a setback that you have to come over with. And when you have a growth mindset, you will have increased resilience to tackle that. You will also have a greater esteem, because if you in a layoff round get laid off, you don't necessarily take it as your mistake, it's your problem. You approach society with a lot more belief in yourself, and that also improves your relationships, whether it's a professional relationship or personal relationship. It enhances your communication, because you don't take things personally, which is so important, and you can live with setbacks. And it enhances your life satisfaction. You know that if you start towards a path towards growth, that it takes time, that it takes effort, and you also can bring yourself to the point that you can enjoy the journey itself, and not just the benefit at the end. No, you also enjoy the journey. And this is something really tough these days, with the instant gratification that we get from social media, that a lot of people expect from social media. They expect to be rich in one day. No, it takes you time. If you want it, it takes a lot of effort, but you also need to enjoy that. And that brings me to the professional life. What does a growth mindset bring you in the professional life? It makes that you career advances most of the times a lot faster. Why? You take on opportunities, challenges, you experiment, you increase your skill set, you believe that you can learn new skills. So that means that your skill set is getting broader, and the broader your skill set is, the more chances are that your career advances. You are more creative and innovative. Why? Because you believe in other ideas, you believe in trial and error, you believe in feedback from others. If you try new things, if you experiment and it goes wrong, then that it can help you. You accept help from other people, and you don't take failure, in this case personal. That means also that you get more and more and improve and better in problem solving, because you know that to get from point A to point B, it takes you time, it takes you trial and error, and you have to try different things to tackle, especially complex problems. It makes you such a better and effective leader. Why? Because you have a growth mindset. You know what it means to be on a journey, to get feedback, to receive feedback, to be patient, to don't take things personal. And that is something that you can teach your persons, your teammates, your employees at the same way, to bring them in this continuous learning, to talk and teach them about feedback, about trial and error, about an effort to acquire an additional skill to enhance their career. And this growth mindset also makes in the end that people with a growth mindset, so entrepreneurs with a growth mindset, have better team performance. Why? Because they transposed or they transferred part of their growth mindset to their team, and they created a team with a growth mindset that accepts challenges, that looks at collaboration, that gives feedback around each other, and that grows together, grows apart together. And that's really important as well. And this brings me a little bit to what I wanted to discuss today from, okay, what is growth mindset? How is it positioned to the fixed mindset? And why does this growth mindset benefit in your personal and in your professional life? Now, with that, I would just say, think about it. Think about what I just told and think about yourself. Where am I? Do I have a growth mindset? Do I have a true growth mindset? Or am I a little bit more to the fixed mindset? And if I am in this fixed mindset approach, how does this reflect to my personal life? And how does this reflect to my professional life? And if you are in the growth mindset, is there anything that I can do to even speed things up in my professional personal life? Think about that, reflect on that, and join me tomorrow when we talk about another very important aspect, that is communication. Because if you know that you are on a growth mindset or on a fixed mindset, no matter whether you want to transfer it to your team or you want to get out of it, communication is a really important tool to become that successful entrepreneur. But that is something that we will discuss tomorrow in day 10 of this 30-day live stream on entrepreneurship. See you tomorrow.